Today I'm going to show you the traditional South Carolina dry smoke method. It's one of the best ways to smoke beef ribs. As you can see, I have my Napoleon Apollo smoker already detached on the floor. Yes, let's build this thing together and fire it up, because that's the single most important thing we're going to do today. Let's go. Well, put the charcoal basket in. Put the charcoal in. Light up a single fire starter in the center. Chuck it in there. Fire it up. We only need a little bit of heat since we're going to be dry smoking at 120 degrees Celsius. We feel the heat coming off, it's building up. And if you're thinking, hey, this is not going to be enough to warm up my smoker, I'm going to tell you right now, yes it is. It's totally enough, because we're also going to add more fuel in the form of a chunk of smoke wood, and this is oak that I'm using. This is going on and it's going to create smoke, and it's also going to produce heat, so don't forget about that. So we'll put this straight on the glowing embers, and then we're going to set another one on the side, which is going to follow up when that one burned down, and it will start smoking when the first one is done smoking. And you can see that the smoke is coming up, and that little chunk is producing quite a bit of smoke. So it's time to capture that and put on our stacks, our smoke stacks. And now we have this beautiful barrel of smoke. And the important part of having this barrel is that it creates a lot of distance between the meat and the fire. So basically we're not getting the direct heat, just a little bit of radiation. But I'm going to show you a little trick to prevent that radiation from drying out your meat. First we'll put the grill on, put the lid on, and stabilize the temperature. If you're doing a smoking session like this and you know the outcome is going to be amazing, of course you need a star of the show. And the star of the show today are these beautiful beef ribs. Look at it. Look at the marbling. All of that intramuscular fat, it's going to render down in this meat, and it's going to make it succulent and juicy. There's a way to protect the meat from drying out with that little bit of radiation heat that comes from the barbecue, and that's this part. It's the bones, and in between we got a membrane. You got the heat coming up. You're going to put the meat membrane side down. If you're cooking chicken, or if you're cooking beef, or whatever you're cooking, if you're smoking over direct heat, you want to make sure you put the membrane down and the meat side up. Basically, Martian, that's all they need to know.
Great.
You just throw this on the barbecue and we're done.
That's it.
Well, we could put a little bit of rub on it to make it taste good. So we'll add a little bit of fleur de sel. That should do the job. Half of that amount of ground black pepper, 1/8 part of cumin powder, 1/8 part of thyme powder, 1/4 part of garlic powder, and 1/4 part of onion powder, and half the amount of paprika powder. Now we'll mix that up and we'll do a quick taste test. This stuff's amazing. Did I just make this? If I can do it, you can do it too. Maybe give it a try. Ooh, pepper. We got all this rub. Now we need it to stick to the meat. We want to create as thick as possible bark that we can create. We are going to put on Morrison's favorite.
What?
You gotta ask me what your favorite is?
Mayonnaise? Mustard. Mustard.
Yeah, mustard. Now we're not gonna put it on anymore.
Yay!
I wanted to surprise you. You were supposed to say, yeah, you're gonna put on mustard.
Okay, please.
No, now we'll put on mayonnaise.
No!
Yes. Denise, you think we should put on mayonnaise? No. Joy kill. Everybody should joy kill. So since everybody is scared of my crazy ideas, we're just gonna go with regular olive oil. We'll drizzle a little bit on, rub it all in, make sure we got a nice coating, that the rub will properly stick, and we'll sprinkle on our rub. Our beef ribs are ready to go on the barbecue, and they already look fantastic. Look at that color. Look at that rub. It shines on these beef ribs. Now you can go traditional with pepper and salt, and I absolutely love it. Even a little bit of garlic maybe, but this time I just wanted more bold flavors. I just wanted to create a beautiful beef rub. And I think we did it with this one. Time to put it on our smoker. Let's take off the lid. Wow. You can see that there's a little fire going underneath. The charcoal is knispering away. So we'll put on our beef ribs. What a beauty. Now let's quickly put the lid on and stabilize the temperature in our smoker. I'm going to leave the top vent all the way open, making sure that we have enough airflow and smoke coming out. A smoker like this has 3 of these vents. I closed the other 2, and with one of them I'm going to fine-tune the amount of air that I'm going to let in. Currently we're running a little over 120 degrees Celsius, so I'm going to tune it down, so in the end it's going to stabilize at 120. But because the water pan is not in our smoker, we gotta keep our eye on it and make sure that it doesn't go way too high and dry out our beef ribs. Our smoker has been smoking nice and stable. Our smoke color has turned from a light white to a thinner blue. We're waiting for a long time. Already we're waiting 2 hours, but come, take a look. It already starts to look good. That's why I love this dry smoking technique so much. The meat is shrinking and the bones start popping out, which is a really good sign of our beef ribs taking up temperature. We're building up that bark. Look at that crust. Nice and strong, solid crust, full with flavor. We'll close the lid and let this smoke until we reach a core temperature of 92 degrees Celsius. That's right, we still got a long way to go. More waiting to do, so we can dance the samba. By now we should have picked up a good bit of smoke color and the bones should be popping out. It's already been 4.5 hours, Marcel. Let's check on our beef ribs, see what they look like. Oh man, they look really good. Oh, nice big fat crust. The meat is not gonna pick up any more smoke than we already have. The crust looks good, everything built up fine. Just to make sure that we don't lose too much moisture, we're going to wrap our beef ribs right now. There we go. And back on our smoker until it reaches a core temperature of 92 degrees Celsius. Because we wrapped it, all of the juices that would normally go up in the air because of the dry smoke are going to stay in our paper package. And while staying in a paper package, it's making sure that the meat doesn't dry out, and at the same time, it's getting all of that gravy is just going to get captured. Do you hear it? He's ready! At around 70 degrees Celsius, started to slow everything down. It took quite a while to get over it and to get to the 92 degrees, but we're finally here, so let's get it out. And I recommend not doing this without gloves on, but hey. I know what you guys are thinking, unwrap this thing and let's take a closer look, but no, it's not going to happen. We are going to put this in the cooler. I'm going to say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's going to take at least another 30 minutes. So that's maybe 2 beers? Yes, 2 beers. So what's going to happen is during these 30 minutes, all of the juices are going to run freely throughout the meat. And the stuff that's in that paper also is getting sucked back into the meat. The meat is like a sponge. It takes everything in and it goes like, oh, I'm so tight, to, oh, I'm relaxed, and taking all of the juice in. So it's so well worth waiting for that you can't skip this process. Even if you're late, even if, look, we're late here. Denise wants to go home, Marcel wants to go home, but it's not happening. What happened? Look! It looks exactly the same. Oh. Ooh. What a beauty. 8 hours of cooking time, 1 hour waiting time. Man, I'm so glad to see this thing. They look fantastic. They got such a beautiful smoke ring. They're so juicy and tender. Man, look at this. We can just pull that bone off, and now we ended up with a beautiful slice of beef ribs. Let's get a slice of that. That rub, strong beefy flavor, and it's so tender. It's almost fall apart, but not fully fall apart. You can't make beef ribs like this without the dry smoke. It's so tasty, and that's why that bullet smoker without the water pan is so fantastic for this job. Really good stuff. You want one, Marcel?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I love the rub.
It's a good rub, right? Denise, you want to try one? Good? Getting the dance. Marcel, you see that? Give us a big thumbs up if you think it's better than chicken. If you think it's not better than chicken, you better explain yourself down in the comments. That's what I'm saying. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did,
please give us a thumbs up and a comment down below.
Special thank you to our patrons and the YouTube members.
Yes, freaking rock.
That's right. And in the meantime,
Eet smakelijk.
and keep on grilling. Morrison, you have to put a cool music video underneath. Otherwise it looks weird when we dance like this and there's no music.
And add the thug life.
Thug life glasses? Oh yeah. Da-da-da-da-dum. Now he's busy for 2 hours getting the Thug Life glasses in with the editing. Good luck with that. And I go like this. The glasses go.
No!
Oh yeah, hide. Oh.